Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another what's for dinner video. Tonight for dinner we are going to be having buffalo chicken wraps, something super easy because all I had planned was that there was thawed chicken in the fridge. That was about as far as I got. So we used to eat these a lot and it's been a long time since we had them. Very simple and basic, but I'm going to show you what we do. So I'm going to start by just melting up some butter in the pan and cooking up, or frying up, I guess, I don't know, the chicken. So I just cooked the chicken with a little bit of salt, nothing fancy here. The buffalo sauce will take care of the flavor there. Then when that was done, I just took the chicken out, added in a little bit of butter and some buffalo sauce back into the pan to just kind of take up all those little chicken bits at the bottom of the pan. You don't want to waste those. There's good flavor there. And I just cut up the chicken and tossed that back in to coat everything in the sauce. You can certainly make your own buffalo sauce, which I would plan to do in the future, but I already have this on hand, so we're using that for now. And then I like to heat up our tortillas for just a few seconds in the microwave. It doesn't take long to get them warm, and then put on whatever you like. So yeah, dinner is super basic, not a complicated meal. Just add some sour cream, some shredded cheddar cheese. I like to put the chicken on top of the cheese to help melt it. And we also like some diced up cucumber, some shredded lettuce, and tomatoes. So you can of course add whatever you like on yours, but we love this for dinner. It's very easy and really tasty and great for summertime. So for this next dinner, I am making up some chicken fried rice. I've got a little sesame oil in the pan along with some olive oil, and I'm throwing in a diced up onion. Not really following a recipe here, but I'll tell you what I'm doing. I've got some chicken tenders that I am pulling out the, what is that? The white strip that goes through it, some type of vein or muscle or something that's kind of yucky. Anyways, I saw this trick. I didn't really show you zoomed in close up, but Julia Pacheco showed this trick on her channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is genius. I don't know why I have not heard of this before. But anyways, I just cooked up that onion and the chicken until they were done, and then I took them out of the pan and added in a little bit more oil, and I'm adding in some diced up carrots and some frozen broccoli. And then once the broccoli started to cook, I just kind of cut it up with my my kitchen scissors just to cut it into small pieces. So it was not hot at this point. It was just like in the middle of thawing. So then once that was all done, I added a little bit of butter to the center of the pan and put in, I think I put in like 3 scrambled eggs. I like a lot of eggs in my fried rice or in this kind of a stir fry or whatever. By the way, I did get the idea for this meal from the Unmodern Millennial. That's Kayla's channel, and I don't think I'm using her recipe or anything, but I saw this on one of her What's for Dinners, and I wrote it down, and I was like, I need to make that. That sounds really good. So once my eggs were all done, I'm adding in some brown rice that I had made earlier in the day, and then we're adding the chicken back in, and we're just gonna heat everything all the way through, combine it. I'm going to add some coconut aminos, which is a substitute for soy sauce, so feel free to use soy sauce. Again, I don't really measure stuff, I just kind of do it till it looks right. And then I'm adding in some ground ginger, and that's pretty much it. I did make up some peas on the side. I am not a fan of peas, but my husband is, so I wanted to make sure he had some of those to add to his dish here. But this was really, really good and very easy to make. So this dinner was definitely another win for the books. So this next dinner is a homemade hamburger helper. I cooked up 1 pound of ground beef and a small onion, or however much onion you want. Once that was all cooked, I drained the fat, and then I added in 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then a pinch to a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and then salt and pepper to taste. If you're new here, I don't care for black pepper, so I never cook with it. You will never see me cooking with it. So I just added salt, and then when my husband wants pepper, he adds it to his plate. And then once those seasonings are all combined, you're gonna add in 1.5 cups of milk and 1.5 cups of beef broth. It's kind of hard to tell there what I did because I combined it into the same measuring cup, but yeah, that's what I was adding in there. And then you're also going to add in 8 ounces of tomato soup. Nope, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. You're going to add in 8 ounces of tomato sauce. And then you're going to mix that together and add in 2 cups of uncooked pasta. I'm using this brown rice penne pasta from Trader Joe's. That's what we always use. And then you're just going to bring that to a boil and let it simmer until your pasta is cooked. So it depends on how long your pasta takes to cook. Once that is all done and cooked through, you are going to just add in some shredded cheddar cheese and let that completely melt. And then I realized that while the pasta was cooking, I should have been putting on some veggies to steam. So I stop and do that. We just cooked up some frozen green beans and just steamed them up. And I will have a link in the description box to the original recipe. So we ended up with, I just started the dishwasher, so our dishes are limited. So we're doing it a little bit different, but still came out great. Oh, a little shadowy, look at that. And just made up some green beans on the side. All right guys, so for tonight's dinner, I'm gonna make a broccoli ham rice, but I'm gonna use cauliflower rice casserole type of thing. I had kind of a busy day. Well, I had contractors at my house all day and then they left and I had to clean up. And then I've got more coming back tomorrow, so life's fun. So I just got done cleaning and out of the shower. And I was thinking of doing ham just with, let me show you, the pre-cooked ham that I buy from Aldi that we just usually use for like sandwiches and stuff. So this is what I'm gonna use because I actually have an open pack of it and we went through it a little bit slower, and so I want to use it because I don't want it to go bad because it's kind of been in there not like a long time. So I was gonna just find a way to like kind of fry it up and do broccoli and cauliflower rice on the side, and then I was like, well, I'll just make it into a casserole. So I'm kind of following a recipe, kind of not, so I'm gonna take you along and show you what I did, or what I'm gonna do, because I have no idea yet. So I'm getting started by just cooking up some frozen broccoli. This is maybe 3/4 of a bag. I'm going to cook it not totally till it's all the way done, and these are huge, huge pieces. So I'm going to cook it most of the way, and then I'll take it out and I'm gonna chop it up. And then I'm just heating up the rice cauliflower here. And this is just from the frozen section at Aldi. And I think they have like a seasoned one, but I usually get the plain and I'll just season it up. I'm gonna try to make a smaller casserole because once again, it's just my husband and I. And if I have like make big things, then I don't get to cook very often because we end up with lots of leftovers, which is nice, but I actually like cooking. So anyways, I'm gonna get this started, and then I'm going to probably chop up the ham and figure out what else I'm gonna be doing for this. I just love this ham from Aldi. I use it all the time for breakfasts, lunch, and dinner. It's very versatile and a great thing to have on hand if you have not tried it. They have a regular and then like a honey ham as well, and I kind of alternate between the two, whatever I'm in the mood for. Now I'm going on to the rice cauliflower. I'm just adding in some butter once it was all cooked, as well as some salt and onion powder and garlic powder. Again, this is something I'm just kind of making up as I go, so I just kind of stuck to the basics here. I will have a recipe in the description box below that I'm using kind of as a suggested guide. If that helps you, you can click on that and take a look there. And I'm just going to add the rice cauliflower into a greased baking dish along with the ham, and then we'll chop up some broccoli and throw that in there as well. I did want to say, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out in a big way. It's just a small little thing, but it does make a difference. And I would love to have you consider subscribing. So if that red subscription, or if that subscription button is still red, then you are not yet subscribed. So I'd love it if you would click on that so that you can check out my future videos. So I didn't let the broccoli completely cook all the way through because I didn't want it to be complete mush once I put it in the oven. But when it was mostly cooked, I chopped it up. Now I'm just taking a half a block of cream cheese and just putting that on top. And nothing, I didn't like mix it with anything. I just kind of put little chunks on top. And then I'm just kind of cleaning up the fridge here. So I had 1 or 2 slices of provolone cheese, and then some shredded cheddar cheese, just kind of using what I had and whatever sounds good. And then just a couple of eggs, I'm beating them up and then adding in some heavy whipping cream. And then we're just gonna pour that on top before we pop this in the oven. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna put this in the oven at 350 for probably 20 to 30 minutes, basically until the egg and milk mixture is cooked and the cheese is all melted. Here it is, all finished, and if you want it all mixed in, you could have mixed it before putting it in the oven. I didn't mind it being layered and the chunks of cream cheese on top, but you certainly could have mixed it all together first, whatever your preference is, but I am looking forward to digging into this. This dinner was really, really good. And that's going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that red subscribe button before you leave. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.